You know, I've long been critical of Warren Buffett when he gets involved in politics, allowing politicians to use his credibility for policies that would limit the amount of potential future Warren Buffett-like success stories, all in the name of social justice or inequality. But when he talks about American greatness, well, Buffett, he's someone you should admire. Now, in his new letter to shareholders, Mr. Buffett talks about America's economic dynamism, the remarkable journey from the nation that started 240 years ago to one that has 75 million owner-occupied homes, has amassed $90 trillion in wealth, and he talks about nothing compared to the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It's rallied, get this, 17,320% in the 20th century. Now, to me, the wonderful aspect of all of this is that anyone could have been a part of this, and anyone can still be a part of this journey via the stock market. America has been forged through tough times and steadfast determination to adhere to a certain set of principles that includes faith, the Constitution, and a belief simply that we're great. Now, if you believe that, then you should probably own great American companies. Now, curmudgeons will always say, hey, this isn't going to end well, assuming that when the market does correct or crash, that somehow that's the end instead of a new beginning. You know, the stock market mirrors the wild ride of America, but in the end, really, we always find a way to rally higher. Now, on that note, this stock market is on one heck of a roll. In fact, we're making all-time new highs at a pace not seen since January of 1987. Of course, that's the same year that brought us one of those periodic crashes that shaved billions off valuation in the blink of an eye. Now, I was a young broker back then. I just got started into business. So when the market began to collapse, I thought it was the end of the world. All my childhood dreams going up in smoke. In fact, I left the office around noon that day, had a few beers at the bar, walked back after the closing bell, saw one of my colleagues coming out of the building, and I said, well, how bad was it? And when he told me how bad it was, I was prepared to pack it all in. Instead, I took the calls from panicked clients, and I came to work the next day. And while it didn't dawn on me to be an aggressive buyer, I knew stocks were oversold. And, well, I spent the next couple of weeks hand-holding. But the market itself, it spent the next few years in rally mode. And a lesson I learned is that things that make America special, including our own brand of free market capitalism, is the closest that mankind has come to the perpetual motion machine. Of course, it breaks down from time to time, but as long as the nation adheres to our founding creed and unbridled optimism, I think the market will always find ways to bounce back. So, while others count you down to the inevitable crash and the correction, you're going to hear all this stuff all the time, I'm going to continue to urge you to own stocks based on value and manage risk. So that means that you never completely bail out, but you don't always have to have exposure. And of course, I'm no Oracle of Omaha, but I am a student of history in the market and the Main Street, and I think that this string of new highs that we're seeing right now is only the beginning. I think we're on the cusp of a major rally, and I hope everyone participates. In the end, there are going to be some bumps in the road, but I think this is going to be one for the history books.